very much. And one thing as well, I should say, bumper.
Clearing. Benji Hamilton beats that 44.705. Hamilton on pole early here in the junior super lightweights from puts in a very good spot. As down the inside here, looking for the lead. Hamilton down the inside of Brisbane into the penultimate corner, but needs the grip now. Has got the grip. Through. Yeah, just held that outside line. Oh, but then let it drift out wide. Let it drift out wide, and that's going to be the underline now for Shepherd. Hamilton's going to be on the inside as well. Hamilton might get both of them here because he's going to have the inside line as it comes out of two for the price of one. For Benji Hamilton back through into the lead of the race. But is he going to go for double overtake? This contact with Hamilton, and he's onto the curve. He's onto the grass. Can he get it back under control?
It's between Shepherd and Hamilton at this moment in time.
A disappointing Gladdy Yours. A trip to Wales, side by side between the 21 and the 26, because as we say, Cole has a penalty. So this battle on screen is effectively for the 130 championship points.
Hello guys, and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be looking back at round 4 of the Club 100 Junior Super Lightweights at Lydd, which is probably my best round of Club 100 so far. After Wilton Mill, which we know didn't go well at all, as I got punted off in the pre-final twice, and then in the final, well, I just didn't really have the pace. But at Lydd, well, you need to watch the video and find out what happened.
It's because we're going to Group A for our Super Lightweight Junior. See the first appearance. Well, you did catch one of their practice sessions just as we went live with the broadcast.
Don't sweat the technique.
For appearance of the Club 100 Junior Senior karts. These are the karts that have been around for much longer. These ones, although that's not to say that they're in any way an old design. Club 100 always making improvements, and even over the sort of 10 years that you're getting old.
For a long time.
But very much. One thing as well, I should say, bumper safety improvements as well. The circuit. It is very windy as ever here at Lydd today.
The yellow flags are just clearing. Benji Hamilton beats that 44.705. It's a couple of tenths off what we saw the lightweight juniors do yesterday. The fastest lap time we saw from them, Sam Masters, a 44.502. Puts best lap times for themselves in. Benji Hamilton has gone to 44.428. That's quicker than we saw yesterday in the cadet, the junior lightweights. That is rain coming in. I think this might just clip in this session, if not during the next session, because there is a big band of rain coming in on the radar to knock Benji Hamilton off P1.
Benji Hamilton, of course, are a reigning Super Cadet champion from last year. So the 2022 champion coming into this season, moving up into the junior category. Only the one podium so far this season, Andrew. So both he and getting to grips, I think, with the karts, with the bigger karts, and getting used to them. Did have the success at Wilton Mill, but we have the checkered flag here. Can anyone overhaul Benji for that pole position?
Well, Shepherd has gone quicker, but not quicker than Hamilton. 44.347. Here comes Northcott, currently P3, stays P3. Hamilton on pole early here in the junior super lightweights from Shepherd, Northcott, McGurr, Babalal.
So I was very happy with my qualifying performance at Lydd. P1 in my group and P1 overall. I might have been helped just a tiny bit that everyone else's group the rain started to come down, made the track slippy. Even in my session, the rain started to sort of come down a tiny bit, like a little drizzle, and it started to make the track a little bit more slidey on the rear tyres. But I felt like it was a really good quali lap for me. I don't think I could have gone really any faster. I had a good kart. I didn't actually pick up any slipstream, so maybe I could have gone a little bit faster if I had slipstream. But I'm really happy with that, as that puts me P1 for the Junior Super Lightweight Pre-A final.
Let's take a look at the grid then for your Junior Super Lightweight Pre-A final. Benji Hamilton will start this one on pole. Possibly getting a bit of inspiration from the performance we've just seen from his brother out on track in that last race. Mikey Brissenden, and already we're under starters' orders. Away we go then for our Pre-A final in the Junior Super Lightweights for round 4. And it's an aggressive start there from Mikey Brissenden from second on the grid, and he's going to get the lead. And there's all sorts of slipping and sliding through the first chicane there, but somehow they're all facing the right way. But a bold move there from Brissenden, and he's taken himself right up into the lead there as they all try and find the grip through the second corner. Sam Cole's out wide on exit, I can see, and we've got some drivers going over the grass towards the back as they all stream through and we had one spinner there as well. It was the 74 of Bob McGeer, I'm afraid to say, as they all work their way up the circuit again, and the clip of the tyres there for the 21 of Ryan Shepherd, trying to get the turn in there.
Jump start penalty. I thought it was going to come in. Mikey Brissenden crossed the timing beam. The timing doesn't lie. Quarter of a tenth of a second ahead of Benji Hamilton. So that'll be 2 places straight away for Mikey Brissenden. Will not be able to win this race. 10 minutes to go. End of the first lap of the race. Brissenden, at least on the road, has the lead, but having jumped the start means effectively your leader of the race is Benji Hamilton. Ryan Shepherd in third, Jamie Tyler Gooden, who survived. I think that was the driver that we saw half spinning through the exit of the first chicane. He's spinning now in the middle of the second chicane. Has got to find a way back onto circuit, keeping things going. He's now going to get stuck on the grass and lose so many positions as more little fights through the middle of chicane 2 there. But poor Jamie Tyler Gooden, well, lightning can strike twice sometimes in these conditions, but you don't get away with it, and that's really unfortunate for the driver who was in 4th place, now all the way outside the top 20.
Difficult, because he did the right thing from the traffic and got himself out of the way off the road onto the grass, but then will have got stuck on the grass. Yeah. And it's always a tricky decision in those conditions. That's great drive onto the back straight. Was that Northcott?
I think that was
doing
Jack Redford, I think, might have been coming through. It's Declan Luff falling off the pace there. There are your 2 leaders on the road, Brissenden and Hamilton. This is actually a really good position now for Hamilton, who I'm sure will be aware that the number 14 jump-started and has got a penalty for it. Could just push Mikey Brissenden along in a way, and away from Ryan Shepherd behind. Sam Cole is up to 4th place.
I actually think it was Zach Watson, that we saw, because he had a really good time of it that lap.
And in fact, that's Zach Watson coming through from the B final, isn't it? So
and he's up
look
to
at
6th.
that. Has gained 18 positions. This is what we're talking about, folks. With if you've come through from a pre-C or a pre-B final and you've come into these conditions, you've got to remember that for drivers in this pre-A final, they may have been in the very first Junior Super Lightweight qualifying group at the start of the day when it was dry. They've got no idea what the conditions are like underneath them, especially if they've not driven this circuit in the wet before. And the likes of Zachary Watson are putting that to great effect and picking up a big haul of points here. We've got the number 67, is that going through the final couple of the corners. No, sorry, it's the 87. This is Max Cooper across the line in 8th place with Jack Redfern not too far behind there in the number 15.
Yep, there's a change that time around between those two. But yeah, Zach Watson, the greatest example at the moment of a driver really using that track knowledge to come through. Nathan James Boyle, the winner of that pre-B final, by the way, not doing too badly himself, up to 14th place from the back of the grid so far.
Yep.
But, yeah, really good stuff there. So Brissenden leads just from Benji Hamilton, but that's on the road. We know that there's a jump start penalty for Brissenden, so we know that Benji Hamilton is your net leader. Whether or not Benji Hamilton knows that, I'm not sure. Always difficult to know. So that's always a factor because, of course, if you don't know that the driver in front of you has a penalty, you might just go for a move that's quite bold on them. But here are your top 3. Ryan Shepherd as well, fastest lap of the race, fastest driver on the circuit in recent laps as well, has brought himself up right onto the back of this battle at the front, as that is a frustrating moment for Jensen Blakesley in the 101. He's off at driver's left coming out the bottom corner, I think that is. I'm not quite sure where that was.
That might be coming out of chicane number 2.
Oh, it might be, yeah,
way,
that's a good point. Yeah, sorry. Before bottom corner there, yeah.
Blakesley down to the bottom of the order. I know we're approaching the midway point of our season. This race, in terms of championship standings, has got the potential to really blow things wide open, because you've got your championship leaders down in 17th place. Second place in the championship isn't even in this pre-A phase, in this pre-A final. Third place is in third place, so Ryan puts in a very good spot. As down the inside here,
Hamilton
looking for the lead. Hamilton down the inside of Brissenden into the penultimate corner, but needs the grip now. Has got the grip. Through goes Hamilton. Big move that, because Ryan Shepherd has been flying the last couple of laps, is now wrestling with Mikey Brissenden through the first chicane. May have a run coming out of it, and towards the second chicane. He's on the outside now. This is for second place. There's a yellow flag out, so Shepherd will have to hold back and doesn't. Now, that's going to be interesting. How will that... There was definitely a yellow flag out on the approach to the second chicane. They're still fighting side by side, coming through the parabolica. Brissenden on the outside now will have the speed, will have the line, but Shepherd's not giving this one up. Back down the inside, takes second place, but now needs to wrestle with the kart on the slippery parts of the circuit. Now eventually does get through, takes second place on the road, but I just wonder, I know, again, we're just in the box and we're not the ones to make the calls officially, but what's, if anything, is going to be done there with Ryan Shepherd down the inside this is for the lead. They've caught Benji Hamilton rapidly. Shepherd's going to go around the outside and takes the lead on the road.
Well, so then the question becomes critical, Andrew. Was that, I mean, what was the yellow out for? I don't think either you or I saw what the actual cause of that yellow was.
Nope.
And to be clear, folks, the rules are green flag conditions are resumed once you have passed the incident.
No, that's a very good point.
So for all we know, it
could have been off on driver's left, not just off of our cameras. So technically, yes, it could have been that he's not overtaken under yellow. Absolutely spot on.
So that could very well be the case, and this could very much be a legitimate lead for Ryan Shepherd.
The other devil's advocate question I'll just come in with there is whether it's classed as racing under yellows.
Yes. True. True.
We'll wait and see. But 4 minutes, less than 4 minutes to go on this one. Well, Ryan Shepherd definitely is in a very good position now to gain advantage in the championship ranks in this race. He leads it. 130 championship points is what's available for the winner.
I will just double check, because we've seen in that post several times this weekend, because of the camera angle, we see the yellow at the back of the post. The yellow was out, wasn't it? I'm very certain that it was yellow there. Sorry, I'm just putting down. But I'm pretty sure we saw a marshal waving a yellow at that corner. But here they come then, the top three. Fastest lap of the race is with Jamie Tyler Gooden, by the way, who had that spin early on at 1:02.241. Great lap that's just been put in there. The battle next back from this top three, if you like, currently led by Sam Cole, by the way, is looking quite interesting. The driver in the number 5 ahead of Thomas Northcott and Zachary Watson. There was a yellow at that post when that move was made. Again, still the question remains over where exactly was the position of the incident. Here is that battle, though. Over 4th place, Sam Cole versus Watson. And there is Zachary Watson. No, still challenging the back, of Northcott. So it's still Cole, Northcott, Watson. But here is Zach Watson in that 62, the driver with the red and black helmet and suit, who has driven from the back of this grid, the very back of this grid, to 6th place, using his knowledge of the conditions that he acquired in that pre-B final to great effect. And now he's challenging Northcott and Cole. Who's got better drive off the corner? That's a good line from Northcott of the inside, and that's interesting. That's the first time that I've seen better drive from the inside line off of that corner in a while. Northcott past Cole. I thought Cole was going to get better drive then. I really did on the outside, but it wasn't to be as they come onto the back straight. I don't think we've got any rain actually falling at the moment, and so there is very slowly a drying effect on this circuit as Sam Cole goes up the inside to try and reclaim his 4th place. But gee, there is a little bit more grip, just a cart width away from the apex, and that allows Thomas Northcott to be confirmed in 4th place there as he crosses the timing line.
It's very good defensive driving from Thomas Northcott in these conditions. Just had that confidence to go around the outside. Cole's looking down the inside again as they go into the 2nd chicane. As, Cole a bit slow off of the 2nd chicane, and Watson's going to be sweeping around the outside here, going for 2nd place. He's going to try and make the wider line work there. Could he get both of them here in this one? Yes, he can! Brilliant stuff from Zachary Watson from the Pre-B final. Has overtaken now, I think that's 20 drivers in the course of this race. A superb performance.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Mikey Brissenden's just put in a personal best on the last lap to bring himself back onto the back of Benji Hamilton. Now, don't forget, the driver of the 14 has a jump start penalty, but that doesn't mean he doesn't want to race. He wants to negate that penalty as much as he can. Onto the final lap then. Only 0.7 of a second separate our top 3. Ryan Shepherd, who took the lead a few laps ago, trying to bring this one home. Can Benji Hamilton put a challenge on here, or are his hands full with defending against Mikey Brissenden here for 2nd place? Through the bottom corner of the circuit we go. Both drivers going wider than you conventionally would in the dry. Good drive off the corner for both as well. How are we coming up the other half of the lap? Back up towards the south side of the circuit as it is, I suppose. Ryan Shepherd, I think, has enough in hand here as he comes onto the back straight. It's been a brilliant drive from all 3 of these drivers, to be honest. I know Mikey has that penalty for the jump start, but nevertheless, they've both shown great skill in these greasy conditions. It is going to be just about, though, Ryan Shepherd, who takes the win in the Pre-A final ahead of Benji Hamilton. Brissenden in 3rd, but with a penalty to be applied.
So that was my Pre-A final, P2 in the end, so pretty happy about it. But I feel like in that race I was still trying to get to grips with the track conditions, as it was very slippery around some corners, but then you could sort of take some, not normal wet lines, but like different wet lines than you'd usually take, and they would actually work, so I found those at the end of that race. No final example, like launching all the curbs through those chicanes. I found that quite quick, and I was gaining on people through there. And the final corner I felt really strong on, as I gained so much on like Ryan and Mikey through there. But I feel like I still had some pace to find as Ryan pulled away from me on the final few laps. But yeah, I'm starting in a good position for the final, and hopefully we should be able to get a podium.
Coast. Here, though, we are ready to get underway. Ryan Shepherd is your driver in the 21. Benji Hamilton, your driver in the 26. That's your front row of the grid. So we look for 11 minutes to close out the weekend's racing. Away we go then into the A final. Ryan Shepherd in the 21 leads them away, and going over the grass immediately there is the 63 of Thomas Northcott. Rejoins there, but was squirreling around on the grass there. Evasive action, I think that was. As heavily over the curb goes Ryan Shepherd there. They're all facing the right way for now.
And well, the decision that's coming straight away, I think, there's a very rarely see this one, I think that's a cutting the course penalty.
Yes.
For Thomas Northcott straight away.
Yeah. I agree. That's... Oh, round at Horseshoe, there's a driver round there. What's that for? Check who that is on timing as they come round, or indeed as they come round there. It is the 81, I thought it was, of Jamie Tiley Goodman, and that's the 2nd time I think he's had, unfortunately, been involved in an incident on the first lap. At the end of lap number 1, though, Zach Watson got mine. Where did that go? I didn't spot that one, very sorry, as we were looking at the driver who'd spun. But Zach Watson briefly was in the lead before Ryan Shepherd's got it back again. So the 21 is Shepherd, the 62 is Watson. Then it's Benji Hamilton still there in that 26 car. Sam Cole is with them. I agree that's going to be a Thomas cutting the course penalty for Northcott. I'm trying to remember, but is that at some points there's been a lap deduction, but I think it's not that harsh for something like that, is it?
The irony was, I looked at this one the other day and was going to put it on our crib sheet, and it's so rare.
You hardly ever see it. Particularly at Lydd, as we've got a crash here. Oh, several cars involved at the Horseshoe. It's chaos at the moment with that. There's at least 4 cars involved. One of whom, well, we're going to have to check this on time. So, it was Jamie Tyler Goodwin, indeed, who was round on the first lap as Benji Hamilton is trying to find grip on the exit of that last corner. It's all kicking off in this A final here. We will look for who's had a slow lap time and involved in that incident. But meanwhile, Sam Cole trying to tuck underneath Benji Hamilton as they head towards the second chicane. Benji Hamilton pushing so hard. How did he get it turned in there? He did lose out to Sam Cole, but he was getting all sorts of crossed up under steering there. And the following drivers, I think, have all been involved in some kind of incident. Declan Luff, Brody Skinner, Max Cooper and Keogh Derrick, I think were your 4 drivers involved in the incident at this part of the lap where the leaders are going through now. Sam Cole driving up the inside of Zach Watson into that Horseshoe section. A little further back, this is Frederick Navarro in the 37 who's got by, defending against Mikey Brissenden and Bobby McGeer. Here are your leaders. Sam Cole, they've both got by on Zachary Watson, so both of them got better drive. Benji Hamilton as well past Watson, so it's Shepherd, Cole, Watson, Shepherd, Cole, Hamilton and Watson now your top 4.
Depends how it's called. If it is an omitting any parts of the circuit penalty, it's a 1-lap penalty.
That's what I thought, yeah. Do you know what it would be if
it's a standard track limit? It's a side-by-side for the lead of the race between Shepherd and Cole.
Yeah, Cole has the inside line of this next corner now. How much grip can he find? In fact, Shepherd tries to get the switch back, and here, that's a sign of how the circuit's dried out over the course this afternoon. It's pretty even Stevens between the two of them coming off of the corner, so it's still Shepherd in the lead just as they come into the Horseshoe. But can Sam Cole find the grip on the outside? He's trying to flick it round with the steering, and he's up and past onto the back straight.
Yeah, just held that outside line. Oh, but then let it drift out wide. He let it drift out wide, and that's going to be the underline now for Shepherd. Hamilton's going to be on the inside as well. Hamilton might get both of them here because he's going to have the inside line as they come around the final corner. Hamilton is going to have his nose ahead of them. 2 for the price of 1 for Benji Hamilton. Back through into the lead of the race, and that was all triggered by Sam Cole just getting too eager on the power, slid out wide across the racing line and lost the lead of this race. Into chicane number 2 they go now. All over the curb is Hamilton. This may be an opportunity for Shepherd to get back through. They're all tripping over once again. Northcott's going to be approaching Cole back down the inside on one of them, maybe 2 of them. Is he going to go for the double overtake? There's contact with Hamilton, and he's onto the curb. He's onto the grass. Can he get it back under control? Yes, he can. What a balmy couple of corners there, which emerges with Ryan Shepherd in the lead once more.
And Northcott and Watson are both back on this pack now. The look out for the 63, and the 63 is by on Benji Hamilton. The driver who started this lap in the lead of the race is now down to 4th place, albeit Northcott will have a penalty, but whether or not he has a penalty doesn't really matter when he's sat in a cart right in front of you. It's Northcott in 3rd on the road, and it's Shepherd back to the lead again, ahead of Sam Cole. And as I say, Zachary Watson as well on the back of this. Wide line taken by Sam Cole. There's a great battle, by the way, happening behind these as well. Jack Redfern versus Bobby McGeer, Mikey Brissenden and Liversedge as well. But if anything, they should be working together to try and get onto this frenetic battle, because they'll be holding each other up, and that's huge. That's a penalty for Sam Cole, and surely that's for contact with Benji Hamilton on the previous lap.
Yeah, so that's going to rule Sam Cole out of this
side
now.
Side by side for the lead, Andrew, coming up to the Horseshoe. Ryan Shepherd and Sam Cole. He still wants to finish first on the road if he can. He's ahead on Shepherd there into the Horseshoe. Penalty as well for Max Sheldon Hayward as well. But Sam Cole to the head of the field. But with that penalty being issued to him, Andrew, cannot be the outright winner of this race once it's all come out in the wash with penalties.
Indeed. So for Ryan Shepherd, he's just got to keep his head now because the driver ahead of him has a penalty. The driver behind him also has a penalty. Benji Hamilton sitting there fourth in the road. Zachary Watson could be on for a podium here from the pre-B final. Remember how he came through in the early stage of that one as Hamilton's going to have a go here at Northcott down into chicane number 2. Northcott's aware that he's there, gives Hamilton room, and Hamilton goes through. Now can he get off of chicane number 2? This is where they really struggle for grip as they go towards the Parabolica. Clean move there by Benji Hamilton, up to third on the road.
Nicely done, and a crucial move for him that he may stay in the fight with Ryan Shepherd, which is ultimately for the lead. Here's the Jack Redfern battle, by the way. Bobby McGeer still in his wheel tracks with Mikey Brissenden and Oliver Liversedge. I think Max Kilby as well, just off the back of them. But again, if anything, I hope they're seeing the battle ahead and going, let's work together here. I hope so, because, well, from a neutral perspective, that'd make it a 9-horse battle for the win. So I'll take it. But coming round then, here Benji Hamilton in the net second place. Okay, Sam Cole has a penalty. I assume it is for that contact, so I assume it's going to be a 4th place position penalty for ABC, bump and pass. Here's Jack Redfern with Bobby McGeer and Mikey Brissenden right with him.
Bobby McGeer's performance today just shows how crazy this has been. I haven't seen Bobby since he was facing backwards through chicane 2 at the first lap of the pre-A final.
I agree.
How's he got up to 7th place?
I agree, fair play to him. And there is Mikey Brissenden as well, who has featured a little bit. He had a penalty in one of the finals earlier, I think, and it meant that he wasn't quite in the hunt for the win. But he's right there now, trying to work together to get onto the back of the top 5. Fastest lap of the race, by the way. Sam Cole has become the first person to dip below the 1 minute 2s in several hours, to be honest, given the conditions that we've had. Just looking at this battle then, so you've got 2 groups of 5 really in the top 10. So Max Kilby's starting to come up onto the back of them.
McGeer looking down the inside of Redfern, gives Redfern square, and he's going to switch back here. Can he get on the outside line? We saw this work for Benji Hamilton earlier on in the race. No, good drive there from Redfern, gets back ahead, but here comes Brissenden down the inside in the yellow and black helmet. McGeer's going to try a switchback and around the outside job again as they go towards the Parabolica. That's going to be brave from Bobby McGeer if he makes that work, and he is going to make it work. Brilliant driving once again from Bobby McGeer, up to 6th place.
Yeah, the wet line just saving, just giving Redfern enough grip in that first chicane, but nowhere near enough grip in that bottom corner. And McGeer was through. So can McGeer find the pace? These top 5 start battling in the last couple of minutes of this race. Don't count out at least Bobby, if not more. Bobby's slow on the back straight, really slow on the back straight compared to those behind him. He's going to have to go defensive and look at Redfern to the inside and through. Goes not Redfern, sorry, it's Brissenden. Brissenden's read that brilliantly. He jumped on Redfern when he was slowed up by that move by McGeer, and he jumped on McGeer when he was slow onto the back straight. So sorry, yes, brilliant stuff from Brissenden as we're looking at the battle for 2nd place, but the net battle for the lead here. This is for the win. Sam Cole has a penalty and cannot be scored ultimately as the winner. It's between Shepherd and Hamilton at this moment in time. Who can win it? Then is the green helmeted driver of Northcott. He too has a penalty. He too cannot win this race outright. Zachary Watson, Andrew, has dropped off the... Where is Zach Watson? He's just dropped off the back of these drivers.
Just doesn't seem to be able to break into the 102s. He's down in the 103.7s at the moment. Well, 35 seconds to go.
I haven't actually seen him this lap. I assume he's still there with them and hasn't fallen off. But he's definitely dropped off the back somewhat of this battle, as I think we'll see the last lap board this time around. Yes, we will. Sam Cole sees the last lap board. Another fastest lap in the race. Very impressive from him. But unfortunately for him, will be docked positions. Here is Brissenden, who's going to have the close attentions of McGeer on this last lap. But it's still between Ryan Shepherd and Benji Hamilton as they approach the bottom of the circuit for the outright win of the trophy final.
Well, indeed. Well, for Sam Cole, the good news is this is a definite return to form. The driver who took the first 3A final wins of the year, 2 of them, or all 3 of them at Wilton Mill. It's not going to be the Trophy A final win today because he has a penalty, but this is a big bounce back after a disappointing Glanny Gores. A trip to Wales, side by side between the 21 and the 26, because as we say, Cole has a penalty, so this battle on screen is effectively for the 130 championship points. Sam Cole is going to come round the final corner, take it on the road, should be on the podium as well if it's only a two-place penalty, but who's going to take the big trophy? Who's going to take the 130 points? It's going to be Shepherd, Ryan Shepherd. Benji Hamilton will be happy. It's been a good day for the Hamilton family here. Rory, a great result in the cadets, and Benji, a great result as well in the juniors.
And that was my A final. I was super happy to come P2. Sam Cole literally just flew away, but he managed to get a penalty by smashing me off the track. So I came P2. I came P3 on track, but P2 overall. I was happy with that. Again, like the pre-final, I sort of found my pace right at the end of the race and I just closed right up to the back of Ryan. I had to do a sort of recovery drive after Sam hit me off. I need to try and find my way back up a few places and catch up to Ryan again, which I did. It was very close at the end. I think it was only like 2/10 difference. I feel like I could have run that race if there'd been like a few more laps, but a few small mistakes on my behalf in that race sort of cost me it. Very happy, P2 in the end, P2 in both races, so tons of great points for the championship. I think I'm currently sitting P8 in the championship now, so very pleased with that. Next round is at PFI, which isn't very long away. Quite strong around that track I feel like, and it looks like it might be a wet race, and so excited about that. So hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry that there wasn't really much GoPro footage, only the GoPro footage in the A final. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you in the next one.